Good morning, I'm Crystal Bermudez-Nunez with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and I'd like to welcome you to the Battle of the Belts Seatbelt Safety Awards Ceremony. This year, the campaign had 26 Hillsborough County high schools participate. The numbers have been calculated, the winners have been chosen, and the results are in. The Battle of the Belts campaign makes a huge difference in the lives of our young drivers, especially because traffic fatalities are the leading cause of death for drivers in between the ages of 15 and 20 in the United States. You're 5 times greater. Now, listen to that closely. You are 5 times greater to die in a traffic crash if you're thrown from your vehicle, and that would happen if you're not wearing your seatbelt. The statistics prove that this program is essential for our youth. First, let me introduce our distinguished guests seated here on the stage. First, we have the principal of Steinbrenner High School, Ms. Kelly King. Next, we have the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Department of Patrol Services Colonel, Greg Brown. Captain Roosevelt Rocky Ratliff from the Tampa Police Department. Geico Insurance Representative, Mr. Jim Pratt. And lastly, Hillsborough County Public Schools Superintendent, Ms. Marian Ellen Elia. At this time, I'd like to recognize Vincent and Laura Marchetti and Dick and Diane Sipe, representing the Marchetti family, the founders of the Katie Marchetti Memorial Foundation, and the Florida Primary Safety Belt Act. And they're right up here. Thanks for being here. We have Executive Director, Ms. Donna Huchin, representing SERVE. And Ms. Dawn Lewis, Ms. Kathy Sale, and Ms. Heather Collins from Tampa General Hospital. Thank you. And now I'd like to ask Colonel Greg Brown to approach the podium and say a few words. Colonel Brown.
Thank you very much. I really think you all deserve a round of applause for the great job you guys have done. So let's hear it for all the students. Quick question though, how many of you have been involved in a traffic accident, whether it's with your family, friends, mom and dad? How many? Okay, how many of you planned on getting in that crash that day when you got in the car? Like today, it's a good day, it's Wednesday, it's raining, we'll go smash the car up. Those things happen very unexpectedly, and let me tell you a little story, not take too much of your time, but we had a family, a friend of ours that their son was tired. He was in the back seat of a car, so the parents let him lay down, take a nap on the way to drop their daughter off at dance school. They got in a minor crash, they were hitting the side of the vehicle, and he ended up dying because he slid into the door at a high rate of speed and hit his head on the door because he wasn't seat belted in. But the one that sits closest to me is my daughter. My daughter, who's now an attorney, works for us, and if you do dope and we seize your car, she's the one that's going to take it away from you. But she was notorious for never locking her seatbelt. She was very good at it. She'd snap it in when I'd look at it. She'd slowly unsnap it, or she'd hold it in place. And this was a war, though, I went through with the whole time she was growing up. She danced competitively, took her to dance one night, walked inside, and everybody was pretty somber. And I was like, what's up? Well, one of her very good friends was riding home with her boyfriend and another kid in the back seat of the car that day on 579. If you're from the east side, it's near Sefner. He made a turn in front of another car. Not a high impact crash. It was actually very minor compared to what we work. And we got there, the paramedics got there. They're talking to Andrea Walker, who's the right front passenger seat. And as they're talking to her, she's getting more comatose. She's losing consciousness. She's looking shocky. They call for a medevac. That medevac never lands. They don't have time to pick her up. And she died. She died because the car had this type of seat belts that were the automatic ones, the older style, but she didn't do the belt buckle. Now, fortunately, they're all that go across the belt and the chest. But what she did is they had this minor crash. She hit the dashboard. Her friend in the back seat, who was not seat belted in, also came up and hit her from the back. Again, not a high impact crash, ruptured the artery inside her chest wall, so as the paramedics and our deputies talked to her, she died right in front of them. Absolutely a totally useless death. I can tell you now that my daughter will not go anywhere with friends, front seat, back seat, anywhere that doesn't seatbelt that everybody in. It's a very simple thing. Take the time to do it. And, you know, it's not fun when we have to go to your house and tell your mom and dad you aren't coming home because of some stupid thing like you didn't want to take the time to buckle a seatbelt. So please take that message to your friends also, because I know in high school I wasn't a big fan of seatbelts, and I know all of you know friends that don't use them. Get them to do it. You're the bigger person. And congratulations again. You did a great job.
At this time, I'd like to ask Captain Ratliff from the Tampa Police Department to approach the podium.
Good morning. Seatbelt safety is very, very important. I was part of the judge who judged all the PSAs that was presented, and we had a lot of great PSAs. So like the Colonel said, y'all need to applaud yourself for doing a great job. You know, it's 40,000 traffic crashes a year involve death. Out of those, most of them is for people under 35 years of age. That is tremendous. For what you're doing here with the Battle of the Belts make a great deal in the community and at your schools. So we need to keep it up. Make sure you do this not only for competition and recognition, do it every day. I know one of the videos that we had, it had 4 young males get in a car. They was in the bike seat, one was in the bike seat, he put on his seatbelt. When he put on his seatbelt, guess what? His other friends started messing with, man, what you doing? Why you put on the seatbelt? You don't need that. He did the right thing. And after a while, they drove down the roadway a little. They had a crash. And guess what? He was the only one survived because he had his seatbelt on. So again, seatbelt safety is very important. Seatbelts save lives. With that said, thank you very much.
And lastly, I'd like to ask Superintendent Mary Ellen Elia to come up.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be out here and to look at the kind of energy we have in our own students that really can think about ways to get the word out on smart things to do. I want to tell you a little story. This whole process of the seat belts and what are we going to do with our students to get them to think about this, and how can we get each school to be looking at it. We came up with this idea of the Battle of the Belts, with schools doing different things and then seeing how much of a shift they could make with their own peers because they really focused on it. In 2006, in the midst of a tragedy, and you were introduced to the Marchettis who are with us today, their 16-year-old daughter, Katie Marchetti, was a student in our district. She went to Durant High School. She was in a car accident and she died because she didn't have her seatbelt on. Both Laura and Vincent Marchetti, her parents, believed that if she had had her seatbelt on, she would have been with them the next day. Laura and her father, both of them said, we have to do something about this. They worked with the school district. We were going through, and some of you here may remember it, a period of time when we had multiple accidents and multiple fatalities in our student population in high school because of this very issue. Because they made some bad decisions when they were behind the wheel, they didn't have seatbelts on, and the crashes brought, in a relatively short period of time, multiple deaths to students in Hillsborough County. So when you've heard the statistics from the sheriff and from the TPD, this is real for you. So when that happened with the Marchetti family, they did a number of things. They started a foundation so that we could all keep this going. They looked to say to the legislature, what can we do to make sure that students know they have to wear seatbelts? So I think it's a really important thing for you to understand. This is a reality. I saw the hands that went up when you were asked, have you ever been involved in an accident? And as we heard the stories, you can have a very mild, minor accident and have some really serious damage to your body. And the seatbelt is going to be the thing that helps you. We have several awards today, including the highest percentage of seatbelt compliance, the most improved seatbelt compliance, and the best overall safety belt campaign. So just listen to this statistic. One of the winning schools improved their seatbelt compliance from 74% on the first check to 97.6% after the campaign. So 23% more students in that school, after they were looking at this whole issue of who's wearing their seatbelt, 23% more students were probably in a safer position. And if you keep that going, I mean, this isn't just something that happens when somebody's checking to see if you put your seatbelt on, okay? Because you all can be smart enough to do that. The real issue is to think about it when you get in a car. Don't start the car if you're the driver until all the seatbelts are on. Don't put yourself in that position, because even if you're the one that does survive, it'll be sad in your life and sad in the life of your friend if there are any fatalities in that car because of something so simple as hooking in a seatbelt. It's really a long-term shift that needs to occur, a lifelong pattern in your life. So please, for all of our sake, for this community, for the students that are your great friends, for your parents, particularly for your parents and your family, it's a huge thing and it's a smart thing to do. Now, I will tell you, since this started, I've had conversations with both the sheriff and the Tampa Police Department over the issue of cell phones. Everyone, including myself, is tempted. Oh, I can just look and see who did I get that last call from that I couldn't answer, right? And you put your cell phone in your hand and you're tempted to look. How many of you have ever been scared out of your minds because you were doing something with your cell phone and you almost had an accident? Because it happened to me, and I would bet most of you are in that situation. You pick up a cell phone in your hand when you're driving, seatbelt or not, you're going to have an accident. Because as you're aware, I mean, it happens like that. So please, please think about those things. Be careful. It's really, really a critical thing in your life now. The statistic from 15 to 20, you are 5 times more apt to die in an accident if you don't have your seatbelt on, and you will have an accident if you're using your cell phone. So that you have, I mean, we use, the teachers in here, the administrators that we have, we spend a lot of time working to try to make sure that all of our students, when they leave here, they have lots of options in their life. All that work, all that time, all that support, both your family and your school community give to you, it's gone if you're not careful and do the things to make yourself safe. It's really important for the district. It certainly is important for the sheriff and TPD, who have been great partners with us. And I just want to say, for all of you, it is much better if somebody says to you and forces you to put a seatbelt on than for you not to go home the next day. So thank you very much for all your work to make sure that in your school there's a focus on this, and remind yourself after this can save your life or not. Thank you.
Thank you. We have now approached the portion in our program we have all been waiting for, the winners of this year's Battle of the Belts. At this time, I'd like to ask Colonel Brown and the Geico representatives to please step to the awards table. As I read each category and the winners, I would ask that the winning school approach the stage from my left and join us on stage to be recognized. After receiving your award, please return to your seats. In the highest percentage category, that's the school with the highest seatbelt use. In second place, with 99.1% seatbelt usage, is Steinbrenner High School. And in first place with, this is an awesome number, guys, 99.2% seatbelt usage. Let's give it up for Chamberlain High School. In the most improved percent category, that's the school with the best improved rate. In second place with 17.3% improvement, Freedom High School. And as Superintendent Elia said, the school with 23.6% improvement. Let's hear it for Alonso High School. In the best poster category, that's the best poster emphasizing seatbelt usage, special merit and third place go to Newsome High School. And in second place, Steinbrenner High School. And this year's first place in the Best Poster category, Bloomingdale High School.
Not as good as lining up as we are.
In the Best Public Service Announcement category, that's the Best PSA encouraging seatbelt usage. Honorable mention goes to Newsome High School.
Darius, bro, what's up with all this Battle of the Belt stuff at school?
Yeah, I saw all that stuff too.
Yeah, bro, I think it's pretty stupid.
Are you serious? Do you know that millions of people die every single year because they're not wearing their seatbelt in a car crash? Do you not know my story? Do you not know what I've been through? Man, y'all gonna regret saying that. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I was cruising to town, didn't buckle it down. Thought I was looking cool, but ended up like a clown. I hopped in the car, it was me and my friends, hoping this will be a Friday that'll never end. We were kicking back, screaming, jamming all loud, having so much fun that we attracted a crowd. Then my friend in the back, he was trying to help, told me to buckle up and then he gave a yelp. Barely even listened, it just sounded absurd. I said, stop being such a baby, man, don't be such a nerd. I went to switch lanes, then checking my mirror, and never knew another car was even coming near. Click it or a ticket, it just gave me no fear. And that right there's the whole story of how I ended up here. Do you not know my story? Do you not know what I've been through? Man, regret saying that.
Awesome job, and I think we finally woke you guys up, which is exciting. In third place, let's give it up for Gaither High School.
Who's that?
Me?
Wear your seatbelt.
Don't be stupid.
This is the winning one now, huh?
This is going to be second, because that first one was actually an honorable mention. In second place, Alonso High School.
We teach little ravens to buckle up. You should too. Buckle up, please.
You can go ahead and buckle your seatbelt.
We're driving in the car,
Buckle up, buckle up.
no matter how far.
Buckle up, buckle up.
Turn the radio up, sing a buckle up song. Rock back and forth, go ahead, sing along. The wheels go around, there's bump, bump, bump. Everybody in the car, buckle up.
Look, Mommy, I buckled my seatbelt.
I'm sitting in my seat. First thing that I check is, am I buckled up? I'm buckled up. Oh yeah, man. Am I buckled up? Beep, beep, buckle up. Bouncing up and down on a bumpy road. Making sure I check as I go. I'm still buckled up. Oh yeah, man. I'm still buckled up. I'm still buckled up. Beep, beep, buckle up. Beep, 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 beep. Buckle up. Beep, 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 beep. Buckle up. Beep, 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 beep. Buckle up. Beep, beep, beep. And safe and sound, man, I'm buckled up.
And this year's first place winner in the Best PSA category is Leto High School.
What are you doing, bro?
What?
Why are you putting your seatbelt on?
Just putting my seatbelt, trying to be safe.
It's lame.
Seatbelt for ants?
You guys can do you, I'm gonna do me, alright?
Let's go. Get out of here. Yo, Edward.
Don't let this be you. Oh, bro.
What are you doing?
Putting my seatbelt on, trying to be safe, guys. Come on.
Oh, true.
And finally, in the Best Overall Campaign category, which is a combination of all of the categories, third place goes to Newsome High School. In second place, let's hear it for Leto High School. And this year's, now I want to hear you guys. Wake it up, because this year's Best Overall Campaign winner is Steinbrenner High School. Okay, you redeemed yourselves. And thank you to the lively bunch right there. Appreciate you guys stepping it up. Let's give these schools and all of the participating schools a big round of applause. At this time, we'd like to thank Geico for their support and sponsorship of this worthwhile program. Without their efforts and financial support, this would not be possible. Will Mr. Pratt from Geico please come forward to accept this small token of appreciation from Colonel Greg Brown of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And now I'd like to introduce Newsome High School students, Darius McGrew, Devin Serrato, Chris Bryant, and Tanner King, who will be performing their catchy seatbelt safety rap.
Losing town. Thought I was even cool, but ended up like a clown. I hopped in the car with me and my friends, hoping this would be a fight that'll never end. We were kicking back, dancing, screaming all loud, having so much fun. And we tried to get shot, and my friend in the back, he was trying to help. Told me to buckle up, and then he gave it up. Didn't even listen, it just sounded absurd. I said, I'll be such a thing, man, don't be such a nerd. Went to Swiss Land and checking my meter. Never knew another car was even coming near. Click it or a ticket, it just gave me no fear. And that right there's the whole story, how I ended up here.
Thank you guys for being such great sports. This concludes our Battle of the Belts Awards ceremony. Thank you, Principal King, for hosting the event here at Steinbrenner High School. Thank you to all of their schools. Thanks for attending. Remember, buckle up and have a great day.